This is Kettering University.
At this time, it's my pleasure to invite to the podium the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. James Jung, and our commencement speaker and class of 1976 alumnus, Rodney O'Neal.
On behalf of the Kettering University faculty and pursuant to votes by the Kettering University Board of Trustees, I now present an outstanding leader in the business world, a tremendous supporter of educational excellence, and a strong proponent of Kettering University, Mr. Rod O'Neal. For the conferring upon him the degree of Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa.
Rodney O'Neal, you graduated from Kettering University GMI in 1976 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Administration, after which you attended Stanford University as a Sloan Fellow, and from where you received a master's degree in 1991. While at Kettering, you were actively engaged in campus activities and were elected to membership in the Management Honor Society. I believe that you came to GMI on the recommendation of your high school counselor, and we are so very glad that you took her advice. Your career in industry spans over 40 years. You began, I believe, as a co-op in Dayton, Ohio, and your first position was as a production engineer making steering wheels. After graduation, you progressed through a number of engineering, production, and operational supervisory positions in locations throughout the United States, Portugal, and Canada, ultimately assuming in 2007 the role of President and Chief Executive Officer of the Delphi Corporation, a position from which you retired earlier this year. At Delphi, you led one of the world's premier global automotive technology and engineering companies, with more than 150,000 employees, 126 major manufacturing sites, and 15 technical centers in 32 countries. During your tenure as CEO, you led Delphi through a historic reorganization that transformed the company. Today, Delphi is recognized as one of the finest corporations in the world, and the reorganization was one of the largest in the nation's industrial history, and one of the most successful. Delphi today has over $17 billion in revenue and is considered to be a benchmark innovation and technology leader. In a dramatic demonstration of that leadership, a Delphi self-driving car went coast to coast recently, operating over 99% of the time in fully automated mode, meaning human intervention was required for no more than 34 miles of the 3,400 traveled. Now, 3,400 miles, it apparently went the long way from coast to coast, but I did a little research on this, and it stopped in Austin for some barbecue, which of course I approve of heartily along the way. The car is in fact here on campus today for you to see during the reception, and in testament to Rodney's technological leadership. For this work, you have received widespread recognition and honors, including being named the 2015 Industry Leader of the Year of the Automotive Hall of Fame and receiving the Lifetime Achievement in Industry Award from the Society of Black Engineers. Your passions also extend beyond business and industry. A longtime resident of Michigan, you have remained an active member of the community, often dedicating your efforts to mentor underserved youth, including as a member of the Honorary Board of Directors for Real Life 101, a scholarship and mentoring program for at-risk African-American males, and as a former member of the Board of Directors of Inroads, an organization that helps prepare underserved young people for corporate careers. Therefore, for your leadership in the technology industry, your ongoing commitment to mentoring young people, and your dedication to your alma mater, Kettering University is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Engineering. Please sit. Please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Dr. Rodney O'Neal.
How cool is that? That is so cool. Man, I tell you. But first of all, I think it's still morning. Yes, good morning. And I will do you a favor and be extremely brief in my comments because I know you want to get out of here. And not only that, no one ever said, boy, that was a great speech. Too bad it was too short. So we'll get this one over with really quick. So before I start to talk, though, I'd like to set the stage and just tell you a little bit of how I got in front of you today, because there's a lesson for the graduates I think that you can take with you through life. A few months ago, and you just met him, Jeff Owens, plopped down in the chair in my office, and he asked the question, well, I guess it was more of a statement than a question, because he said, hey, we'd love to have you as this year's commencement speaker at Kettering. So I looked at him and I said, well, I'll think about it. Now, anyone who knows me can attest that when I say I will think about something, or I'll get back to you on it, especially to a speaking request, that is code for nope. It's not happening, okay? So a few weeks pass and go by, and Jeff returns to my office and re-asked, hey, are you going to speak at commencement? So then I say to him, I'll get back to you, you know? So hoping that he'll just go away, because he knows me. We worked together for decades, and he knows my polite, indirect nopes, all right? So he knows where I'm coming from on this thing. But instead of it going away, I get a call from the man himself, Dr. Bob. And after some niceties on the phone, Bob pops the question. Hey, we'd love to have you at this year's commencement to be our speaker. So I pause and I say, I'll think about it. So a few more weeks go by, right? And of course, I haven't thought about it, okay? I really haven't thought about it. And Bob shoots me an email re-asking, are you going to speak at the commencement? And then I type back, I'll get back to you. Honestly, guys, this is what happened. So another few weeks go by, and then Bob wants to have a call with me. He wants to talk to me live. So I agree to the call, and I know on this call, this is not going to go away through these indirect notes, and I'm just going to have to man up and give a direct, no way, it's not happening, N-O, look it up, it's in the dictionary, I'm not doing this thing, okay? So we had the phone call. We talk, and we hang up. And I'm looking at the phone in my hand, and I'm saying, I can't believe I agreed to go do this commencement speech. And so the reason I tell you this story is a lesson to you. Be careful. Be careful. In a few hours, you're going out into the world, right? There are people out there that have the incredible ability to talk you into things you swear you won't do, okay? So then let me answer the question I think that's probably in your mind too. Well, why were you reluctant to be the speaker today? And it definitely wasn't because I didn't find you worthy of my time and my effort. I just want you to know that. It wasn't that at all. It's just that these commencement speeches, they just are what they are, and it's not exactly on any of our bucket list of things to go do. But another thing is, 39 years ago, to this very day, I was in this very setting, at this very school, listening to some cat give a commencement speech, right? And I have no memory of who spoke or what he said or she said. And to be honest, I just did not want to be, part of doing something like that and having you sit through something like that just didn't matter, right? Because, these speeches, they typically start out by somebody like me going back in time to when they were graduating, right? Recalling what was going on at the time, like the first battery-operated portable calculator, or shifting from 8-track to that high-tech cassette deck, you know. Stuff like, you probably don't, probably got to Google it and look up what's an 8-track, right? Obviously, it's not relevant, and again, you're starting to vibe with me why this thing was not at the top of my list. And then they move on from then to today. What's happening today? Well, you know what's happening today. And then lastly, they make predictions of what you, as a group, will do along with your peers around the globe, the 2015 graduates, will create in the future in terms of new inventions, discoveries, et cetera. And the messaging is generally to the collective you, and not to you on a very personal level. So what I'm going to attempt to do is do something a little different, and hopefully it'll resonate. My talk is going to be to you as an individual. Something that I think you can personalize, and something that, unlike me, 39 years from now, you will still remember what I said. So let's start, and I'm going to remind you, I am going to be brief. In about another hour and a half, all of you will have gotten your diploma, and the journey will start. And you're so full of dreams and aspirations and desires, but your current thoughts, though, are misguided if they don't lead you to the ultimate objective of your life, and that's happiness. The Constitution of this great nation guarantees you the right to pursue happiness. But it's up to you to find it and make it yours. Happiness, it's so elusive. It's clandestine. And it defies description. Only you will know what it is, but at this stage in your life, you don't know where it is. You have to relentlessly hunt for it with laser-like focus, and when you find it, you have to grab it around the throat to keep it in your midst, or I'm telling you, it's going to be gone. So all that you will do in life is meaningless unless pure, unadulterated happiness exists in your world. Pursue it, find it, and make it yours. Now, total happiness, it occurs when your personal world and your professional world are in harmony. You know, so where you look forward to waking up in the morning to go do your thing. And you hate going to bed at night because you have to stop. Now, I'm going to leave the personal side to you. That's your ball. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the professional front, and this leads me to the last dash of my speech. Now, you've heard many times that you can do anything and be anything that you set your mind to. And I'm here to tell you that is absolutely not true. That is not true. And it will only be true with the following words. And this is where you got to listen up. You set your mind that you want to be something or do something. And then here's the words that make this a true statement. That you have the talent and you have the ability to accomplish your life's objectives. That you have honed that talent and ability to the highest possible level through thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of practice and experience. And then lastly, That hone talent and ability actually stacks up. It actually stacks up to the world-class competition you will face, who are all grabbing for the same prize as you. That will make that statement true. Now, we know that by graduating from this fantastic institution, which is one of the strongest academic universities on the planet, that you are already a cut above the rest. You are on this side of the bell curve. Oh, wait a minute. You're probably not looking. I'll do it this way. This side of the bell curve, okay? If you're on this side, I don't know how the heck you're out here in this audience, but so you know I'm coming. You got to do the mirror image, all right? You're a cut above the rest. But there's a bell curve on the side of the bell curve. There's a bell curve amongst this elite bit of players that are the best of the best. There's some incredibly talented, driven people on this side of the curve. What you have to go find out is if you're special. Are you special? Are you a 30%er? Are you a 10%er? Are you a 1%er? Are you a 0.0001%er, way out there to the right? Because this is important, because where you sit on that curve will determine what you can get done and are your dreams aligned with your ability. Now, some of you out there are probably thinking that you're a 0.0001er today, way out here to the right, and you're not. And the problem with that is that your dreams and your aspirations are out of line, and they're not going to be achievable, so they're too high. Your goals are too high. Some of you are 0.001ers, and you are. But you screw it up by being lazy, not working hard. Your goals are too high, and you won't get the job done. Now, some of you think, well, I'm just a 30, 40%er. But you're really a 0.001er. So your goals are too low. You'll probably be happy because you'll just blow through them, right? But they were set too low, and you will never be all that you can be. And I just walk you through that example because the truth is, as we stand here today, you really don't know what you're capable of, because it's untested to the realities of the competitive world. So go out, find out what you're capable of, work hard, and maximize all that you can be. Then align your goals to that hone capability. Now, as you make your way through your career, you may lose out to another individual who is simply more talented and more capable. And I'm telling you, that's okay. That's the very nature of competition. Sometimes you're going to win, and sometimes you're going to lose, and there's no shame in that, and your life will still be grand. But it is not okay for you to be beaten out by someone with less talent because they simply worked harder and prepared better than you did. You can never, ever let that happen. Happiness on the professional side comes from obtaining your maximized aperture of achievements by ensuring your dreams are based on the reality of your capabilities. Lastly, I leave you with this. Never confuse success with that fancy title that you're going to end up on your business card. All that money you're going to end up in the bank, you're going to have a lot of that. That big house it's going to buy for you, that even big second house, and all those fancy automobiles you're going to end up with. I'm telling you, that's not success. It's not measured by those things. True success is measured by the number of hearts of others you have gathered as you make your journey through life. And by this accounting, if you do that, you will be one of the most successful and satisfied individuals in the world. Class of 2015, you enjoy your journey. Thank you so much.